This is a show for grown-ups.
And they say bad words.
And they say bad words.
Say final warning.
Final warning.
Hello and welcome back to the Pod of Blunders. I am your host, Nate Magnuski, and it's been a year since we last recorded, and a couple changes. Biggest one is that Richard's no longer the co-host of the Pod of Blunders. He stepped away for very personal reasons, and that personal reason is that he doesn't really like role-playing games and never has. So, good news, if you still want to hear Richard, you can go find us on patreon.com/podofblunders and listen to our Jumping the Street Sharks episodes. The other minor change, since now I have to edit this too, is that these episodes will come out once a month. But enough bookkeeping. I'm glad to be back, baby! And with me, as sometimes, is Eric Crumrine, host of the Queer XP.
Hi!
Mr. Ray, host of $2 Creature Feature.
Hi.
And Conan, host of My Love.
Hi.
Guys, you have been probably like the longest supporters of this show. I'm so glad that when we're coming back, we're actually able to have you all on here. I love you. And it's nice to know who my real friends are. Unlike some other co-hosts. He's still doing the Street Sharks podcast, so whatever. So, Eric, what are we doing today, bud? What are we playing?
We're playing a really neat game called Spicepunk 1997. It's
Hell
about
yeah.
Spice World and the Spice Girls.
And
You're welcome.
You have to enjoy it because rules. It's in the rules in the back. So I forgot how to do this podcast thing entirely. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying or what the order of things are, but I'm excited for it.
See, that feels real authentic to the POB brand, though.
Yeah, no, it's all a trash heap. It's fine.
Can I make a full admission? Unabashedly,
Sure.
Spice World was one of my favorite movies when I was younger. Unabashedly. And I've grown up the man I am today who loves girl pop and all of it. Essentially, just anything still Spice Girls, but 2024. That's my jam.
Nice.
I have never seen any of the Spice movies.
Well, there's only one. First of all, get educated, Ray.
I thought there was the Spice Girl movie, and then there was Spice World, and then there was the Spice Girl movie 2.
Nope,
No?
just Spice World, just the one.
Spice.
Yep,
Okay.
the two became one.
Okay, well, this came out whenever I was like in that weird, awkward stage of like my friends were into girls, but I was like, oh yeah, they're so great with their faces.
I mean, a lot of them do have faces. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Ginger Spice, aka Sexy Spice, was my sexual awakening. That was like my first celebrity crush, and looking at her now, yeah, she
I
could
get it. Yeah,
absolutely. Do y'all have a favorite Spice Girl? I just, of course, mine.
I can't say. I think when I was real young, Baby Spice, but then got older, Ginger Spice. Yeah.
Yeah, Eric.
I've always been like Scary Spice was always she was great.
She's definitely the most fun one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
her vibe
and-
was great.
Because was it both? I think it was both the Mels, or maybe it was her and Emma did like a cameo bit on one of the seasons of The Circle. And like, they're just like, they're just having the best time. Like, and she's just having fun. And like, I'm here for that.
I will say what I like is none of them crashed and burned. Like there was no sad trying to make a comeback from a heroin addiction story every 5 years from any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like behind the music where it was like,
Yeah.
that's when she got into dog porn. You're like, oh God, no. Do
That's a
There
phrase
was
I
that
haven't
rumor.
heard probably for a full year. Thanks, Nate.
you remember that rumor about Baby Spice? How like she got sick and got her stomach pumped and there was a bunch of dog cum in her? That was the rumor that was going around my middle school.
I do remember that.
Yeah, see?
That made it out here to Oklahoma. Because, that's kind of like, no shit, my cousin too.
Oh no. Yeah, we're back, baby. It's like we never left. Dog cum. incest, fucking everything great.
Whoa,
Gross.
whoa. Nobody said anything about insects. We
Well,
just said
it's
the same thing happened to my cousin.
well, it's my dog. So I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
if it were my dog, you know what? Let's just move on. Spicepunk, 1997. So this is a hack of lasers and feelings, I believe, right?
Yes.
Pretty simple rules. This feels like it has the randomness turned up to 11 on this one. So I had like the very small ghost of an outline of what I wanted to do tonight. We're not gonna end up doing that probably because it'll just be like herding cats. But we're gonna try in proud Pod of Blunders tradition to get this going. All right, so dog come aside. Let's start the show. So you hear a beeping, rhythmic, and you all realize it's the sound of your own heartbeats picked up on a monitor. There's a loud hiss. You open your blear eyes to smoke, maybe steam, some kind of condensation filling the room. Your eyes are not focusing well, but as you start to take a deep breath of the stale air, you look up and you see the concerned face of a man looking down at you, wearing a lab coat, shabby, unshowered, unshaved, filthy looking, and he smiles. You step out of your cryo chamber. You look around yourselves, and you're in a nasty old warehouse, completely dilapidated. It's just this one man here with you, next to your chambers, and he's like, "I'm so glad you're awake. You have to stop her. You're our last hope." Starting with Conan, why don't you tell me about your character? Tell me about your Spice Girl. Describe what she looks like, and what your item is, your specialty item.
So, boy band Spice, his name is Derek, and he was the studio's last-ditch effort to try to diversify the Spice group. You know, the Spice world is inclusive. So they tried to shoehorn a pseudo-popular boy band member from the mid-90s range. You know, there was the race for NSYNC 98 Degrees. You know, there were a lot of boy bands that just kind of fell to the wayside that Justin Timberlake chewed up and spit out. So having been one of the more successful members, more likable, I was kind of shoehorned as like a side member in the Spice world. So Derek has his cool leather jacket from his boy band that was, I'm realizing, never named, the 98 Sinkers. And,
what? Want to take another run at that one?
the 98, the 98 Boys to Men, the Boys to Spice. He was in Boys to Spice,
Oh yeah.
which did not last well or long. So
Was this a boy band that was all about Dune, like Boys to Spice?
Boys to Spice.
Doing things
I-
boy band.
It was kind of like, you know, the Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Chipettes. It was like the boy version for the Spice Girls as kind of a foil just to augment what they were doing. So Derek, Boys to Spice.
Okay, Derek, thank you.
Yep.
And Eric, there, tell me about. I see Saturn is your name.
Yeah, I'm Saturn, anime Spice. My specialty item is a staff, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I was part of a K-pop group. We were the Moonettes, and we all just eventually grew apart. Like, it just, one person spun off to go do their own thing. We tried doing it without her. It just wasn't the same. And then we eventually all just started like our own little solo careers. But then I ended up with the Spice Girls, and things got better.
What do you look like? Like your feet, like just like for an example, like I don't know, or any of you really. Face would be good. Feet. What are your feet like?
Saturn
Or your
has kind of.
toes?
I'm just gonna log off of this as you go right now. Thanks everyone. It's been great. I gotta go. See y'all later. Just out. No, so she definitely has like the Sailor Moon vibe, like big skirt, kind of crop top, lots of purple and black,
Yeah.
big flowy hair, like back down halfway down her back, and a big high pony.
How's your tiara game? On point.
Oh, obviously.
Excellent.
We have and it's an onyx in the middle, so it's like a
Ooh.
very dark.
To match your toenail like paint, like your.
I wear boots. I wear thigh-high boots, so there are no feet to be
Like-
seen.
Like really sweaty in there.
So glad to be back.
This is what the internet has been missing. This
Sure.
right
Yeah,
here.
this.
Nature is healing.
I'm just saying there are a lot of podcasts, tabletop stuff that stopped over the last couple of years, really took off during the pandemic, and a lot of podcasts have just shut down. And I applaud you for having the gumption and the moxie to come back as strong, if not better, is a word than you were before, Nate. Really reaching, and I can feel that.
Thank you. I feel like recharged. Like I've dropped a lot of dead weight. Like 6 foot, 290 pounds of dead weight just gone.
Long flowing
Yeah.
blonde hair.
Yeah, just like
Great at guitar.
yeah, like I mean, sexual dynamo, but like a dead weight. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You get it. You guys get it. So Mr. Ray, tell me about Gertrude. That's my grandma's name. I'm not going to ask you about her feet.
I'm Gertrude, also known as Ginger Spice across the pond. In America, I am known as Old Spice because they're all cunts.
You might have to bleep that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave the baby cum shit in, but take out the fucking cunt. Like I think I'll leave it all. Thank you.
You forgot what podcast you're on, Ray.
I'm 4'6", and I wear a nice handy tracksuit. My specialty item is my purse of endless wonders.
Oh, good. Is the Wonders like mostly ribbon candy and stuff?
It's all Werther's originals. It's just a bag full of Werther's.
It's the one original Werther's original.
And a brick.
Bento brick. I think I should put out there too. I feel like Derek was kind of molded by the studio to be a foil. I'm going to say specifically for like Sporty Spice. So imagine a male Sporty Spice. Like when he was like, I need something to do, the studio was like, cool, well, you'll kind of be that background for her. So a male Sporty Spice, essentially.
Okay. So characters established. You find yourself in this derelict warehouse, cryo chamber thing with a shabby scientist looking dude. What do you do?
Well,
Are you
first-
with the production company?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's so rude of me. I'm just so glad you all made it. You were the last original batch. You were the survivors. My name is Colin. I was the person who froze you back then. I'm the person who resurrected you now.
Colin, that's great, but I don't see the cooler of tab that I am supposed to have at all shoot locations as per my contract. Tab and Zima, and I don't see any Tab or Zima here. Thank you. You want to get on that? Is it in one of these other cryo tubes? Did you bring it with? Colin?
I'm so sorry, Derek, but there is no Zima anymore. I think
Put me
Tab might
back
be
in
available.
the fucking tube.
This is gonna come and shock to you, but it's the year 2024. You've been frozen for that number minus 1997 years.
It's 27 years.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not a math scientist, okay, Grandma.
I think at that moment, Saturn like steps forward, is like, wait, I've been wearing this same outfit for 27 years. And she like twirls and like you see her like move her hands and like unclip something, and her like entire outfit changes into this red, basically the same look, but it's all red now. Like she does like her own little reveal. There's just like a little bit of glitter in the air as she does it. She goes, oh, thank God. Okay. Sorry, crisis averted. I just couldn't. Whew, 27 years.
Is there a reunion? Is there a conference? Is there a con? Are we doing another Spice Con?
No. We need your particular services as the last surviving Spice Girls and Spice Boy, as it were.
Spice Girl is in the contract, and I will abide.
Thank you. That makes things easier for me, Colin,
Spice-
and not the host of Pod of Blunders.
Spice Girl is a gender-neutral term. Don't worry.
I don't feel that's true, but
Like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, that sort of thing.
okay.
Wait. What we're the last surviving Spice Girls?
Yeah, the rest of them for the original batch, they were all murdered. It was awful. The post 9/11 world just wasn't ready for that much girl pop. It got real sad real fast.
What happened in
Here.
September? 9/11. What happened in September?
you're going to want to see this. And then he brings you to like this little weird booth, and it's like he puts a reel to reel in, and it's like, so you've been asleep for the last 27 years. Let's catch you up. And you see like the saddest montage of footage. So all the bad shit that happened, you see that. And like part of it is like the Zima factory being imploded.
Derek breaks down. Absolutely. Inconsolable. Tab goes off the market. He just cannot stand. He falls out of his seat on the ground.
Saturn has like a single tear that just streams down the side of her face.
But it makes
And
that Japanese anime noise first, right?
Mhm, that little ting,
And then-
and then it looks like it's like sparkly and glittery as it goes down.
Like it's made of glass as it drips
Mhm.
down her face.
I love that. There's rose petals in the background for some reason.
One dove.
Yeah. It's crying too.
Donald Trump was president. That must
Yeah.
have been good. He's a great businessman.
It was not as fun as you would think. I gotta say, generally bad vibes, but that's not the worst of it.
What's the worst of it?
You know how I said that you were the last surviving Spice Girls? That's not exactly true. Our final attempt to resurrect the franchise after 9/11 and give it a little edgier vibe went bad. And,
Vibe. Bro, what's this vibe you keep talking about? I mean, are things not chill? Are things not cool anymore?
nothing is boss, my guy. Everything is wiggity whack.
He pulls his inappropriately bleached jacket tighter around himself.
Yes, it is no longer tubular time, sir. I'm sorry, but to be the one to tell you. So in our attempt, we created our final group of 5 girls, and one of them went mad with power and killed the other 4 and absorbed their powers to become an unstoppable pop machine. And that's why he brought you into the world, interrupted your eternal slumber to put a stop to her once and for all. My friends, you've been brought back for one purpose: to defeat Taylor Swift. She's a horrible amalgam of all 5 of the girls that we created last. I don't know why we made a sinister Spice, but we tried to make a kind of a bad boy vibe. We saw how successful the Spice Girl boy band version was, and we got a little ahead of ourselves. But she absorbed all the powers of her sisters.
Can you name all the sisters, Colin?
Yes. Please take notes. This will be an extensive list. So, of course, Taylor, aka Sinister Spice, her sister Wuxia Spice, of course, was based on Chinese wire fighting, like in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouching what? Hidden who?
Yeah, you got it. Then we have Industry Spice, one of the driving forces. We thought that would be really great to be able to help market. Finance Spice, which is why she was able to get such an incredible empire. And lastly, Tactics Spice. I really don't know what we're thinking with that one. It seems that was really short-sighted of us, but
You seem to have fallen pretty far from the original concept. And this doesn't seem like anything happy and wonderful in any capacity. Are you sure research and development was okay?
let me just replay that last video I showed you. Just, the internet was a mistake, and everything that was born of it is also bad.
I'm trying. I think back now to 1993, the movie Demolition Man. It seems like this was a bad idea to begin with. Weren't there signs?
I mean, Taco Bell is still everywhere, and it's pretty great.
Well, thank God.
Good.
For
I just
something.
love that little dog.
And Gertrude, Trudy, if I may be so bold, I have terrible news about that little dog.
Did they fire him?
Those dogs usually only live 17 years at most, and it was already like 7 during those commercials. So
Which should be fine.
That dog's been long dead, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Not another one.
Yeah, we all Kiro Taco Bell, but it's dead now. So
Yeah, Saturn kind of steps forward. Is like, okay, so like, what do we? Where is she? This seems simple, right? Like she's holding her staff, and she's like, I just give her a couple, like whacks.
yeah, I honestly, my plan went about this far, and don't really know what else. He looks at it, like, pulls a piece of paper out of his pocket, looks at it, it says, okay, Taylor Swift, 5 Spice Girls. It says here, any means necessary. That helps you figure out what to do. One of the problems is that she's absolutely the most famous, powerful woman in the world. And she has a band of rabid fans who will murder anyone who dares to do a podcast painting her as a villain, for example, or trying to hurt her. So, and also she has a private jet that she takes to go to the grocery store and back every day, heedless of the carbon emissions that it puts into the atmosphere. So it's going to be hard to track her down, probably. But you are the last 3 capable, non-failed clone Spice Girls that we have.
Well, Colin, where's the bus?
I thought you'd never ask. And he kind of turns around and goes, "It's right there."
Oh,
so he walks over.
I stand up and realize, sorry, it looks rough. It was bigger, I thought, back in '97.
Oh no,
they're always
not
bigger.
That one. Not that one. It was the one behind it. And he walks over and he pulls a big canvas sheet off of your sweet tour bus. So let's talk about this tour bus, shall we?
Yes.
Because part of the rules are that you fellows get to design your tour bus. I don't know if it's a double-decker bus like it was in Spice World.
100%, or I can't play this game.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. It's definitely a double-decker bus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel foolish for having doubted.
With a fireman pole on one end.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and two windy staircases next to it.
I like it. What is it, like a red one like in the movie, or is it?
I mean, I think so. Well, what sounds good? I've already made 3 very specific demands, so I'll
Tab Zima red bus.
Yes.
I go with the red bus. I feel like there might be maybe on one side of it is images of the current whatever the current Spice Girl configuration is, right? So little portraits of each of us.
Well, I like it.
And 2 silhouettes with question marks on them, you see that 2 of the cryo chambers did not open and something went bad. There's some bloody hands clawing at the steam coated glass, and he's like, "Don't worry about those.
Colin, I could see you taking the canvas off the bus and throwing it onto 2 pretty messy looking tubes.
You're weeping and kill me."
Is that Bloody Spice?
Yeah, she's
Human fly
doing
spice.
Good. I kind of wish one of you did Jeff Goldblum spice now.
If I'd realized cryotube, I probably would have, not gonna lie.
Well, I had to keep some things close to the vest. So your bus has 2 strengths, 1 weakness, and a cool name. Mr. Ray, why don't you pick one of the strengths for us? Could be anything reasonable, question mark?
All right, from this list, I want to pick Powerful Hanks. I think we have Tom and Hank Hill.
So I agree that it should in fact be Hanks and not Honks.
Wait, is that Honks? Oh my gosh. Wow, I feel silly now.
I thought you were ragging on this guy's mistyping, but Powerful Hanks. So you said Tom and Hank Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. So the one's your tour guide. I'll say, I feel like Tom Hanks is your tour guide. And then Hank Hill will be the driver. He feels more reliable as a driver to me.
I can't wait to hear you do these impressions.
He's got to be our gear guy. Everything is propane and
it's a propane powered tour bus.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Damn it, Dirk. I can't fucking do a Hank Hill, and I will cease trying now.
Which is why you have to do it.
Oh, no, I can do a great Tom Hanks. Hey, I'm America's dad. Tom Hanks.
I loved you in Big.
Thank you. I was a child, and I peed in a fountain, right? Is that how it happened? No. That was that Big? He pissed into a fountain and got transported with somebody?
No, in Big, he put the
the Zoltan
the coin
machine.
in the totally racially sensitive machine.
Yeah.
Which was the one where they pissed in the fountain and you got transported into another body? Was that a
What?
fever dream I had?
Yes.
That sounds like it.
Oh man,
I have to Google this now.
That was you and Salvia. That's
yeah, Mr. Ray. Can you Google piss fountain body change real quick? Just see where the internet leads you.
Just make sure you pull up your incognito window first.
All right, Powerful Hanks. Check. Eric, give me another strength.
Obviously, it's stylish, right?
Okay,
Like
yep.
I think the exterior, like the portraits, like those change almost like I don't know if it's computer programmed or whatever, but like then inside, just everything is like luxury. Like the inside also, I feel like it doesn't match the outside. The outside looks like a bus from 1997, but like when you go inside, it's like all done up, looks great. There is a faint smell of propane, which is a little offsetting, but we just mask it with some perfumes and it's fine, probably. I've only passed out like once.
Just don't go into the top section. That's where all the fumes gather.
Yeah.
All right, Conan.
Yes.
What's a problem with this luxury beauty bus?
I mean, it really lends itself to smelly fumes. I mean, if we were an entirely propane-powered vehicle and tech, I'm imagining steampunk, but a real bad smell all the time.
It's all on the pink shag carpet. You can't get that out. It's just a bunch of bird marks from the grill that's in the back, you know. So Derek's like, well, and he kind of slaps his thighs and stands up. He's like, best be going.
Colin?
Like, you mean
is?
Colin does that?
Oh yeah.
I feel like
What did I say?
I feel like Derek has his own agency and
Yeah,
can do
I
what
meant to
he
say
wants.
Colin. I picked two very basic. Well, I picked one very basic white name, and then so did Conan. So I don't know. I get him confused. All these fumes are getting me. Mr. Ray, how goes the piss transformation?
So that is not a Tom Hanks movie, although he
Yep.
does pee in a lot of his movies. Turns out I didn't realize that. But that was one of the results that came up. But there is actually a movie where like two guys piss in a fountain and get struck by lightning and switch bodies.
Yeah.
It's called The Change Up, and it stars Ryan Reynolds.
Who's the other person?
Oh God, he's one of those like you see him in a ton of movies and you can never remember who he is.
Better name would have been Leaky Friday.
Right? That's really good.
Really, that was really good.
Jason Bateman.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, our next movie night's been settled. Ryan Reynolds piss movie. Oh no, oh no. So anyway, Colin slaps his thighs and says, well, best be getting out of here now. You got your bus, you got your mysteriously sentient and alive in the flesh Hank Hill to drive it.
I loved you in
so-
Beavis and Butthead.
Do
thank you.
do we know where Taylor Swift is? Like we can get in the bus and go somewhere,
Wait.
but like do we
Where are we?
Yeah, it's just some geographical
Geographically
questions.
speaking,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah. That's not a problem. As you can tell from my accent, we are in merry old London town.
Oh, good.
And-
We can go see the Queen.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I misspoke. New London, Connecticut. That's where we're actually at.
I don't like you, Colin.
Didn't
Get off my bus.
Oh, you can still see Queen. I mean, it's a Queen cover band. Well, it's a Queen's Reich cover band, so it's not the most popular. But anyway, Taylor Swift is currently in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh nope, she's on her plane again, and she is in Savannah, Georgia now. Oh, hold on, nope, back in Atlanta. She forgot something.
Are you?
You know what?
How,
Here, why don't you?
how is he tracking this?
He hands you a small device.
A Taylor tracker?
Yeah, exactly.
Did someone low jack Taylor?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was a suppository.
So up instead of in, huh?
Mm-hmm. Not so swift now, are you, Taylor?
Oh no.
Hey, did you guys notice that all her sisters spelled out the word Swift? Because he had
Sure did.
Sinister, Wuxia, Industry, Finance, and Tactics. That's the kind of quality you get from the Pod of
Wow.
Blunders. Yeah, yeah.
I
we're
even have all the
back.
names typed out next to each other. That's good.
Okay, get the fuck out. I'm calling. Bye.
Wait, we need a name for this bad boy.
The door shuts. You're outside somehow. You turn around. The factory's gone.
Well, crew, we have to get from where are we? Maine?
New London, Connecticut.
God, Connecticut's not even a real state. So what we'll do, I think we should be able to, if we montage, we should be able to be down there in no time, right?
I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are we
Let's,
going to do this?
Derek walks over to the wall of technology and only recognizes the Walkman that's like sitting on a shelf and hits play on it to engage the hyper montage for the next however long it takes to drive from Connecticut to Atlanta. Is that where you said?
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's something really planned out for the next 22 hours of driving, I think it's us like sharing time with Hank Hill. Because by the way, the first episode of King of the Hill premiered January 1997. So it's pretty cool to meet a new celebrity.
It was the last thing you saw before you got frozen.
Pretty much. So, yeah, dancing, trying on different outfits. I like the idea of us getting to know America between here and Atlanta, just learning, like eating all the new foods and seeing all the new sights. There's a lot of us like leaning out the window and pointing at stuff we've never seen before that's new in the last 27 years.
Like
I
the
love
Statue of Liberty in Mount Rushmore and the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah. Oh, it does the crazy map where like instead of going straight south, we go like way out to Arizona and Utah and back in a loop-de-loop on the map.
That feels right.
I bought a jar of alien pee.
Sure you did, Grandma. Let's get you to bed.
So this feels like maybe our first roll of the night to get their montage engine working.
Montage engine, I like it.
So
It makes
propane
sense.
fueled montage engine. All right, so Derek, I want you to roll. Let's see. You're doing this to the power of music, right?
Absolutely. Because
So
I
that's-
did hit the Discman first.
But
Are you
it's like
using-
it's the compilation of things that are popular specifically in 1997.
Yeah. It's like no, that what I call music volume 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about what number we're on currently. It's
Right.
depressing.
Yes.
So I'm rolling 2 then, right?
Yeah, so you get 1 to start with, right? Oh,
Yep.
you're not using your spiciality.
No, because my spiciality, I guess I didn't specifically state it, is more or less supporting another Spice Girl in their spiciness. Because as like a foil, as just part of like a background player in the Spice world,
Mm.
I'm a foil to them. So my spiciality is helping them be more spicy. So in this case, I'm just rolling a dice and using the power of music. So 2d6.
Yep.
That's a 3 and a 4.
And what was your spiciality number?
Oh, was I rolling that too?
No, but I need to know if it's below your spiciality number or
Oh,
above and all that.
3. I'm sorry. I was choosing 3 because I'm the complete, like I said, average, not special, pseudo background player.
Which means you got a match, which means Nate's gonna roll story dice.
Oh yeah. So you have 1 success, and that's great. We love that for you. And then you matched your spice number there. So I have to roll 3 of Rory's story cubes. And then we're going to interpret them as a group and see what kind of fucking weird shit derailed your spice montage. Your spice melange, as it were. Okay. We have a pair of glasses. We have a person being surprised by something dropping behind them. And then we have a guy knocking, or a person knocking on a door. So
I mean, I feel like what happened was that Gertrude was taking a poop and someone knocked on the door. It surprised her and she dropped her glasses into the toilet.
Oh no.
okay, so I got it. We're gonna go with that. The biggest complication of this whole thing, though, is that you were in Chicago at the time, and little did you know, Hank Hill used to be the tour bus driver for Dave Matthews Band, who famously emptied their chemical toilet on a tour boat in the Chicago River. He
What
does this
did that-
again.
What did that
Is that
sound
true?
like? What did Hank Hill
Yes.
sound like correcting Dave Matthews? Can you tell me what that sounded like, Nate?
Yeah, he was like, "Wah, damn it, David."
There.
Get off of my tool shed.
Stupid. And so Gertrude's glasses are gone. There is a tour bus loaded with poop floating down the Chicago River. The bus pulls over, and then Hank Hill goes, "Wah." And Tom Hanks says, "Wow, that's not good. I'm Tom Hanks. I was in the money pit." And everyone thought it was okay.
Well, we got to get Gertrude's glasses back. She'll never be able to spot her cues on stage without it. Gertrude, what did you say you carry? You said you have something. What's your item?
A purse of many wonders.
I mean, are we like standing at the edge of the river watching this torrent of glasses and
Yeah.
tour bus excrement float out?
Yeah, shit covered tour bus is floating out to Lake Michigan.
I feel like I could use I've got my big like sailor staff. So I've got like it's got big shape at the end of it, little circle with a crescent moon and whatnot, Saturn rings. So like I could, in theory, like scoop the glasses out.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you can see them. I think you can see the sparkling on someone's shit umbrella, which is required of all tour boats in Chicago now, just in case.
So I think I get to roll 2 dice, right?
You do.
Okay. And my speciality number is 3, and I'm not using my speciality, so I'm trying to go above.
I want to
Yes.
to become 1. I want to help someone who's rolling.
Okay.
Because my speciality is helping.
So you're gonna roll 2d6, and if you succeed, then Saturn can add another dice to their. I'm sorry, her number.
Hell yeah, that's a 5 and a 6.
Hell yeah, you succeed.
So I don't know if I like boost you further
Actually,
out. Or like...
I have bad news. When you're using your speciality, you have to roll under.
Oh yeah, you fucked up.
Oh no.
So Derek, how are you trying to help?
I mean, I was gonna say maybe lend my jacket to like further the reach, or like hold Saturn further out over the river.
Yes, that one.
And it doesn't take away from my roll.
Right.
No,
I just
not
don't
at
get
all.
the extra.
Yeah. So
Saturn has not fallen into shit.
He's trying to
like...
shove you in the back.
Like maybe I'm up on the rail spotting, and yeah.
God damn.
Like
I rolled
I have
3s
pads for that, my dear.
I rolled 2 3s, and my speciality is a 3.
That's more cubes, I suppose.
It is a success though.
Yes, you did a wonderful job.
So I scoop them out. My staff is covered in shit. I hand it to Tom Hanks and I'm like, could you please handle this, kind sir?
Okay. Tom, we have an L in a box, so maybe a left. I don't. We have a hand and we have a shield. I got the fantasy set, so some of these are like Cthulhu's and dragons and shit. So, I think Tom Hanks is like, no, I don't want the shitty glasses.
I wasn't giving him the glasses. I was giving him my staff.
Oh, giving them glasses though.
I'm giving the glasses to Gertrude. She can clean her own shit.
I want to do something funny here.
I hope so.
I want to pull out a spare set of glasses to already have on while all of this is going on. Just pull it out of my bag. And I feel like I can roll 2 dice on this because I'm using my item, and I think I'm also going to be using my speciality, which is being old. And with age comes the wisdom to be prepared.
I love that. Absolutely. So 3d6, right? Because you get a base one.
Yes, I think so. I think I'm just trying to roll above my speciality number's 4, so I'm trying to roll under that.
Correct.
Okay. I got a 4, a 3, and a 4.
Oh, look, 2 matches.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you reach into your bag to get your glasses. You find them, but you also find something else.
I'm excited to see what you roll.
All right, you have someone laughing, you have someone shaking a present, and you have someone drawing something.
So what if Banksy is capturing this moment on the bridge in Chicago?
What can I ask? What happened to Derek? I failed my assists.
I feel like it's just the embarrassment that like I didn't need your help. Like I got up and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
Oh, that'd be actually crushing for Derek, wouldn't it? Like that's your whole thing is to help.
Yeah, like I got up there and I was immediately shooed, shushed, and ignored.
So Hank Hill's like, well, just wah, wah, wah. And he's gonna adjust his back to the tour bus, like wah, wah, and touches his watch.
Whoa.
Propane.
It's so bad.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
It's like he's here in the room with us.
It's great. It's great. Real powerful.
Thank you. I feel good. I feel good all the time. This is not a mistake. You're back on the bus.
Back on the bus. We got
Back
the
on the bus.
glasses.
Yeah.
You got to go somewhere eventually.
Hey,
all right.
we never named the bus, and
It's true.
I'd like to propose the spice rack.
I like that.
That's what I call my bra.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, honestly, we don't have any commercials this week. Turns out once you don't do a podcast for a year, you lose whatever advertising you had. So I just kind of put this break in here because I wanted to practice doing it again. I I guess since we don't have an ad break, we'll have a dad break, and I'll tell you a shitty dad joke. Hey, why don't you play poker in the savannah? Yeah, too many cheetahs. Yeah, so this is a threat. If we don't get ads soon, the dad jokes will continue. So keep that in mind. Looking at you, Squarespace. Okay, so your tracker goes off. Beep, 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 beep. Your proximity's close. Her flight just landed in Chicago. What are the odds? But oh no, it's taken off again, and now it's in Gary, Indiana, across Lake Michigan.
Well, let's
I
go.
think that's quite how the geography of it works, but sure, Nate.
You can see Gary, Indiana from Chicago.
Can you?
Can you?
Yep.
Can you?
I lived in Chicago. You can.
All right. Let's
I
go.
didn't realize it was that far up.
Yeah, on a really clear day you can see it. And you don't want to because Gary, Indiana sucks. It's a shithole.
All right, let's go. Back on the spice rack. We load up.
Back on the spice track. Let's go.
All right, montage starts again. You get to Gary, Indiana, and as soon as you cross the city lines, the bus stops. And people get out and they look and the wheels are gone.
Is that how bad Gary, Indiana is?
Yep. Right outside the Michael Jackson Hall of Fame or whatever is there because he lived there for a while with his family. That's where he's from. He's from Gary, Indiana.
Okay. Is T Swizzle here in the Michael Jackson Memorial Museum in Gary, Indiana?
She stopped off to get one of his relics to power herself up even further.
Okay. Well, then I say, what's the scenery? Set the scene where we get out of our bus. It's on blocks. We're outside
his childhood home.
Okay. Like, are there a bunch of Swifties around? Is there like a jet parked on the roof? How does this look?
The jet is not parked on the roof. It's right in front of the whole house. You're actually pulled up behind it in your
Like
bus.
it just landed on the street.
Right. But no one's going near the jet. There's a lot of ne'er-do-wells walking around, but the Swifties have formed like a human wall around the jet to protect it. And as crazy as the people of Gary, Indiana all are, and as much of they are all criminals and reprobates, they don't want to cross the Swifties. Nobody would dare. And these are some big burly Swifties, like chains wrapped around their knuckles. And poet thing. What's the poet crap she just did?
Tortured Poets
Whoa.
Department.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. They all got that kind of stuff. And
The only thing I know about Gary, Indiana is from The Music Man.
Mhm.
yeah, that was the last time it
Gary,
was any good.
Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary.
Not Louisiana, something, something, something.
That was the last time Gary, Indiana was any good.
It wasn't even
And even
good
then, it
then.
was questionable at best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Listen, he gave us cats, okay?
Release the butthole cut, all right? I'm not watching 3 hours of that without seeing Idris Elba's butthole.
I was going to say they released Cats and then God sent a plague. So just think about that.
It's because they didn't put the buttholes back on the cats.
Yeah, that's what it
And
was.
Taylor Swift was in Cats. So
I
it all
want
is
to
connected.
see Taylor Swift's
gonna say that.
butthole.
Kitty cat.
I'm not
butthole.
ashamed to say it.
I need that isolated. I want that to be a ringtone, like a text message alert.
You got it.
Just spam. I want to see Taylor Swift's butthole.
Butthole.
I'll give you a clean take of it. I
Yeah.
want to see Taylor Swift's butthole.
No, I need the first one was a little angrier, like a little more demanding,
All right,
a little
well,
more desperate.
I gotta see Taylor Swift's butthole. It depends on how you emphasize each word in the sentence. I want to see Taylor Swift's butthole. I want to see Taylor Swift's butthole, etc.
Ad nauseum. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, well, that'll all go in there. That's all making the cut. I don't have to edit any of this out. This is great. This is going so well.
Yeah, what was Richard concerned?
I don't know. He was just
Yeah.
complaining to complain, I guess.
I also listen. This is I understand an audio medium, but I think the listeners really need to know how 90s your hat is. It is like the
pretty great.
carpet of an early 90s McDonald's.
I have
Design.
vomited on a carpet like that.
Yeah. This is like late 80s arcade walls. Like
That was a Super Videos carpet.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It is the background for every poster that featured characters from Saved by the Bell. Like the squiggly neon triangles. It's amazing, Nate.
Thank you. When I was maybe 10, there was a pair of pants like this I saw.
We can
at
keep going with the podcast. No one
Bradley's.
cares.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
Let's
So, Gary, Indiana. You're outside this little cute house, surrounded by Swifties with a jet on the ground, roving gangs of ne'er-do-wells around, circling. And Tom Hanks goes, "Oh no, I know why we're here, folks. Taylor Swift must be trying to gather Michael Jackson's reliquary before he can reform. You can't let that happen. If she gets his reliquary and absorbs his pure king of pop power, all this will be for nothing. It'll be too late.
We got to get in there.
And then Saturn steps forward, takes her staff, which is now clean. It is no longer covered in poop.
Of course.
Thank you, Tom Hanks, for cleaning the staff. Jesus Christ. She kind of puts the staff down on the ground. She does a magic girl transformation into a more bombastic outfit that is just bright colors bursting off of her. Her hair, the pony is now undone, and it's like this bright, glittery, flowing locks of hair that are almost like there is a wind machine somewhere, but no one sees one. It's kind of like Conan on this call right now, where you can see the wind blowing on his hair. And you hear just like this like light K-pop background music as she gets ready to just fucking, it's almost like it's like the Shaun of the Dead scene when they put on Don't Stop Me Now and start hitting the zombies.
Yes.
Except but like to K-pop. So this gets me all three of my dice.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then I'm trying to roll under
Can I
under a 3.
Can I backup dancer her power pose?
I'd like you to try.
I'm really excited to see how this goes for him once again.
Oh, let me help.
I got this, everyone.
All right. And it's I got a 2. So that's under, or do I roll 2 dice? Because I'm just doing my spicyality.
I think it counts as a success. I think you're good.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I get a 4th dice. So let me roll my 3. Well, I got 2 3s.
Mm-hmm.
So I am successful, but there is complication. But the image is just like, you just see her like flare up. Her eyes are just glowing brightly with like little flames coming out of them. And she just is fucking mauling all these Swifties down.
The ne'er-do-wells are like, yeah! We're gonna fuck up that plane! All right. There's a person opening a locker with a combination.
Okay.
There's a person hanging from something. And there's a light bulb. So, the Swifties are dealt with. They're gone. All right. But you got to get into this house. And security's pretty tight for a museum. Get a bunch of clone Tito's walking around with halberds. They're not letting anybody in. And Joe Jackson's walking around looking for kids to beat.
What?
He was a fucking child abuser. Go fucking... I'm not going to defend him. Fuck him.
No, that's fine. So we need to break into this house without being essentially busted.
Yeah, zombie Joe Jackson's walking around with his belt off. And you got a bunch of Tito's with halberds. I think I was perfectly clear on that.
Yeah. I mean, I do a lot of support and I look pretty, but I've got nothing for this. I'll keep a lookout.
Gertrude, we haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, what do
you want to do?
I want to sneak onto the plane.
All right. I mean, the Swifties are totally destroyed now. There's little body parts everywhere. Most of them are preteens. You're a monster, Saturn Spice. Or Anime Spice.
You gave her a task?
Did you
Sorry.
remember?
She did what she was supposed to do. Get rid of the Swifties.
Did you remember to apologize to your sensei for going all out?
She's like, that's private between me and her, and I will take care of that.
I imagine you like Rock Lee, we took the weights off his legs and just started kicking ass. If anyone's a Naruto fan. All right, so the plane is there. It's idling. It's kind of loud. The gangway is down, though. Isn't that what they call that? I don't know. The staircase thing on a plane. Yeah, that sounds right. It's down, but Taylor Swift's dad's there. He's looking ornery. And he's like, you think Joe Jackson's bad? Whoa. I mean, I'm not going to like hit kids. I'm not like a bad person like that, but you know.
Is he at the top of the stairs explaining himself?
Yeah,
like
and he's like, I'm not like a bad person. I'm actually a pretty good dude from what I understand. But I mean, from what?
The media's been pretty fair about me.
Yeah.
I'm an okay guy.
Yeah, no one said anything monstrous about me. Like, you know. But anyway, you can't come on this plane, old lady. I'm sorry.
Gertrude's going to pull out her,
titty.
Close. She pulls out her makeup kit and freshens up her lipstick and then closes it and says,
Well, where exactly can I come in, young man?
Mr. Smith starts dry heaving. But like you can tell it's a fake dry heave, like he doesn't want to make his wicked turned on by this. He's like, oh, this is so gross. Oh, I hope she doesn't come up here right now.
I only need to tell you two things. These teeth come out,
Hmm.
and I know how to keep a secret.
So he kind of leans out of the plane, looks around. He's like, all right, make it quick. Come on. Let's go. Roll for me, though, because I think you have to. Derek, you want to help with this one too there, bud?
I Nope. I mean, if Old Spice has Mr. Swift fully distracted,
Yep.
maybe I'll snoop around on the plane. But I don't want to assist with exactly Old Spice's skis. I'm gonna let her do her.
Games.
I mean, it's been 27 years. Who knows what's going on with her?
I got a new hit that has a lot of nice torque.
Okay, can I count my bag in this roll?
Oh, yeah. You have to get the makeup out of, so yes, that makes sense to me.
Does my speciality factor in?
Was it really old lady makeup?
Uh,
Oh, you said the teeth come out, so yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very specific.
All right. Threes across the board.
And does that match your speciality, or does that?
It is one under.
Oh, you
no.
crushed it. Oh man, gross. Okay, so Papa Swift is into this. He grabs you by the hand. You can see his wood making his little pleated pants rise up, and he leads you to the back, his secret boning room.
So I guess then I do want to go on the plane into the.
We're not done with the scene yet. Hold on. So if you want to like
no.
describe, no, go ahead.
It's like pulling apart a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh
Okay, that you're probably gonna have to delete.
nope.
Nope. Oof.
Oh.
I want to sneak on the plane and have like Mr. Swift and Old Spice head to the back.
Yeah.
I want to look at the cockpit. Has he been the one flying the plane, or are there like pilots, or is it unattended?
So you go in there, and slowly turning around, it's Hank Hill with a mustache on. That's right, it's me, evil Hank Hill.
I thought it was gonna be Japanese Hank Hill.
I'm not doing a Japanese accent.
It could be Beavis and Butthead Hank Hill. Before he was just Hank, he was their angry neighbor.
True.
I'm gonna say for the spice, and I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna take him down because I want to mess up this plane.
All right.
So I guess I'm gonna go in, fist up, spice up your life, and I'm gonna start punching at him. How many dice is that? I don't know if I can use the music, but I want to go for it.
Yeah, I think Spice Up Your Life does play in the background of this, of course. Yeah. So you get the music dice. Go for it.
Okay, that's another 5 and a 6.
And this was not using your speciality, so you
This
rolled
was
above.
not. Yeah, this was not. This is
that's-
me acting on my own. This is 2 full-blown successes.
Yeah, tell me how you kick evil Hank Hill's ass.
Overly violently. Like while it maybe there was a reason the band fell apart. Maybe my temper was part of it, but like it gets real messy and gory in the cockpit, and like I end up throwing pieces of this guy out of the plane down the gangplank after I'm done with him. Just a mess all over the cockpit. I have to wipe cartoon blood off of everything so I can see what it is.
So as he dies, you see his soul form like a white mist, and it absorbs into regular Hank Hill like a dragon soul from Skyrim. And he gets a little more powerful now that you've defeated his evil half.
Okay, I like it. And then I want to just start like breaking everything I can on this plane,
Absolutely.
trashing screens, like snapping levers and knobs off, just absolutely go to town destroying this cockpit.
I think with how thoroughly you destroyed evil Hank Hill, I think as you were fighting, you were like snapping off the steering wheel to beat him to death with it, and like
Yes.
his blood sprayed on the console and sparks came up. It's not gonna fly anytime soon.
Okay. Well, then I feel fully accomplished. I look like I come out of I stand at the top of the stairs covered in just like absolute gore and like holding parts of the cockpit, like one of the steering yokes in one hand and just a fistful of cables in the other, and start walking down the stairs to go back toward the house to help Saturn.
Little aside for our listeners at home, little view behind the curtain. Mr. Ray lost his internet because he lives in, I'm not going to dox him, but a place with lots of storms, and he sucks. And so we have to continue this on.
R.I.P. Gertrude.
Yeah, so we're
you
gonna
went out the way you went in.
we're finishing it up. Derek, as you step out of the blood-filled cockpit, you see Mr. Swift looking down at the crumpled, fucked apart dead body of Gertrude. He's going, oh my God, no. Oh, why does this keep happening? Every town, a new body. Why?
I step out of the plane and just shut the door to the plane. And I use the yoke of that I ripped out of the cockpit that I'm holding to somehow just keep him locked in his tube of sex, crime, and gore.
He goes, oh no, Gertrude, I've never known a lover more powerful and dedicated to the art of pleasing a man than you. Ah! And the sounds just kind of go muffled as you shut the door. And I like that you use the word yoke to talk about the steering wheel for a plane, like I said earlier. Yoke is probably a way cooler and righter word. So 10 points for accuracy. So Gertrude's dead. And we're back on the mission.
I descend the stairs down to Saturn and look around at this very now like PG-13 scene as opposed to like the hardcore anime like Bleach saga of her cutting through all the Swifties that I experienced before to this like I imagine like Spice World, like the sun is shining and she's just sitting there very happy and smiley.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you just hear like softly somewhere, you just hear like, if you want to be my lover, you have got to be.
I shuffle up to her and I say, all right, let's get it, Saturn. How do we want to do this?
I look at you and I'm like, aren't we missing? Someone?
She's in a better place now.
Montana?
She's gone to the Spice World. She's gone back to the source.
Let's go back to the spice cabinet.
She's gone back to the big spice cabinet in the sky.
She
It was
really
her.
missed.
It was her time.
Fuck up.
She died as she lived. Being fucked to death.
Spicy?
Spicy.
She was a
Let's
real.
do it.
She had a
Let's
lot of
get in there.
sage-like wisdom.
Let's get in there. Are we going through the front? Are we finding the back
Well,
entrance?
I don't think you must not have heard me because you didn't laugh for the next 5 minutes. I said she had a lot of sage-like
Sage
wisdom.
Yeah, because it's a spice.
Yeah.
Wah,
Yeah.
wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Pepper.
Nope. Just leave the beat. Just
Okay.
just
That's-
let it rest for a
That's
second.
fine. That's you know what? Yeah, that's probably good advice. So anyway, Michael Jackson's house. All the Joe Jacksons and Tito clones are dead.
What happened? Oh, did you take care of him, Saturn?
I just hit everything that was out in the front yard, so probably.
All right, let's get it. Let's. I'm gonna do a like spinning, like one of those cool dancey spins, and then like flying kick open the front door so we can get in there.
Boom. Flies in. The whole house looks like pristine. Like there's little plastic runners everywhere. People can walk on the tour and see things. It looks like a snapshot in time from the early 70s. But there
All
are
right.
little holes in the plastic where a set of heels have obviously been walking.
Are we able to like, yeah, can we like tell where like the basically the tracks go?
Well, you hear a very beautiful voice coming from somewhere deeper in the house that says, I knew you were trouble.
You take that smile off your fucking face, Magnuski. You didn't earn that.
You guys are in line for a cruel summer.
Oh no. I'm gonna start creeping forward.
I look over at Derek and just go, no body, no crime.
I start to very like I'm going to dance or move my way down the hallway. A lot of like smooth slides against the wall, peeking in, spinning around. I look like every male backup dancer in any music video you've seen as I'm trying to creep down the hall toward this voice, trying to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Oh, what's the matter? Did your little grandma die? I don't think you can do it with a broken heart.
I whisper back at Saturn, these feel like lyrics? Are these lyrics?
Yes, on our montage journey here, did you not consume the entirety of her catalog to best understand your opponent in battle?
You hear a giggle. You know me all too well.
I wanted you ladies to have the bottom floor. I was upstairs in the propane fumes most of the time, so I don't remember a lot of that montage.
Derek, shake it off. Shake it off.
What's taking you so long? Who's afraid of little old me? That's from my new album, The Tortured Poets Department.
Saturn just like hits the staff on the floor a couple times, just like announcing her presence, and she's like, "Come on down, Swifty."
The walls are sort of like shifting and changing, like an anime would do, and you find yourself on a floating disc in the middle of a vast black space, and in the distance is an altar, like a dais, and Taylor Swift is standing with her back to you on that, reaching for a pair of black patent leather shoes. This, of course, is Michael Jackson's Reliquary. And they have the little cutout in the heel that he used to do his cool, like, leans, because he had nails put in the stage. That's how he did that. It's really cool how he did that. He had a patent on that. I thought it was really neat to find out.
Yeah.
And she turns around and she goes, "Oh, don't blame me if you die today."
I'm gonna rush her. I can't stand it.
Feeling like an anti-hero, huh? That's off of Midnight's 2022.
Just quickly explaining it to me. Here's the problem. As a corporate manufactured boy band member, I am finding it very hard to resist like the allure of a strong female performer, because I was more or less engineered to be the type of character that she would use in one of her videos or public stunts. So I want to, like I said, I'm going to rush her, but I understand if there's the effect that a essentially modern day pop icon would have on me.
I would like to 2-for-1 this.
Excellent.
I want like standing behind him, almost to kind of blind her a little bit. I just want to like emit like this massive anime glow, like almost like a powering up kind of a thing. So like, she has to like look away, and he has a better chance to like tackle her without her being able to dodge, is my thought process.
I love that.
So I'm using my speciality, my spiciality.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, she got a 1.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Get that extra D6.
So she goes, you need to calm down. That's off of Lover 2019.
Well, as I charge, I say, well, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. And I come in hard to tackle her to the ground to try to get her away from Michael Jackson's shoes. How many dice do I get?
I think that counts as the music. You get a +1 from Saturn.
Okay.
You're not using a cool leather jacket, so that's not 1.
No. So
And
3.
Yeah, 3.
All right.
And it's above your speciality because you're not using your speciality. Really.
Right. So Derek gets a 1, a 1, and a 2.
Oh, shit. She spins and catches you by the neck. And she pulls you close, and you see the pure power of her eyes. And she leans close to your ear. She says, "We are never getting back together." And she rips you in half.
That's fair. That's how he would have wanted to go.
And a single tear rolls down her cheeks, and she says, "But Daddy, I love him." That's off of the Tortured Poets Department.
And I think as Derek explodes and guts are going everywhere, I think Saturn steps almost through him.
Yeah,
like his
cool
leather
blur,
jacket tears in half to reveal you rushing forward.
Yeah, and she looks up and she goes, "I will not be told. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your legs shut. Go back to your place. Blameless, shameless damsel in distress."
You cite the deep magic.
I'm going to use my staff. I'm going to try and smack her across the face with it.
I forgot what songs I already referenced. Should have made a list.
Total fail.
Oh, no.
I got a 4, a 4, and a 6, and I needed a 3.
Well, this is how I can ingratiate the podcast to all the Swifties in the world, I guess.
We were going so strong.
So Taylor Swift puts her arm down and she summons a big spear out of the blood from Derek. And she uses it to like counteract you. Smash! And she says, talk about bad blood. And you go skittering back across the disc, barely catching yourself on the edge as you hang over the void. And Taylor Swift, ignoring the shoes now, slowly walks over to you. You hear her heels clicking on the stone surface. And she looks down at you. She says, your death will be gorgeous.
I want to try and like basically want to like pull myself and like kind of launch a little bit. So I'm like jump over her
Obi-Wan
and then
Kenobi,
kick her
right?
straight into like actually push her straight into the void with my staff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at her and go, I'd rather be hated than pitied. Maybe I should have left it to your imagination. I just want to be me.
Excellent. Hey, can we have Derek come back as a Force ghost real quick?
Yeah. I like that.
I got 3s.
So it matches?
Matches.
There we
I'm
go.
successful, but you get to roll dice.
Shit. Okay. We have it's a little guy in a corner. Is he climbing something? Hanging?
Holding the wall up?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's like
He's like holding the wall up.
Yeah. And then we got a moon.
Yeah,
And then we got someone jumping down some stairs. Feels
I
pretty
mean-
good.
I mean, I think if I pushed her into a void dimension, maybe the whole house is starting to collapse, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It almost seems like the complication is you get her, but are you fully escaping yourself?
Oh,
Yeah.
how about yeah? So let's like, all right, true anime stuff. She has the staff of blood. You have your staff. You're clashing together. She's all pink sparkles and blood red and swirls behind her, and your energy is
I've got there's glitter everywhere. It's like
yeah.
it's like dark purple and black glitter though. Like it's all swirling and whatnot as we're like pushing against each other. And then I give that like final push just to knock her in.
I think she's pushing you towards like she's fighting back, and then a white coat floats down, and her heel catches on the sleeve, and the music crescendos, and she goes, and you're both tumbling. And at the last second, an arm grabs you, Saturn, and pulls you back onto the disc. And Derek's final words.
Spice up your life.
And you manage to escape the house just as you get sucked into an alternate dimension of hell, which is still better than Gary, Indiana, where it was.
Saturn just like steps off and like brushes off a little bit, and she just goes, just girl power is all we need. We know how we got this far. Strength and courage.
And the credits start to roll as you walk into the sunset. And it's like Taylor Swift songs, but they're all in Japanese. Like,
How the fuck did I turn into a final girl in this?
I don't know, but it was the Shakes.
That was good.
And that's how Spicepunk is supposed to be played. Maybe.
I like it.
Fucking A. That was a fun time. I hadn't played a game in a long time, but let alone record a game. And I couldn't think of a better crew to do it with. So again, thanks guys. I really appreciate your support with all this. I'm glad we're back. Love y'all. Mr. Ray, get good, scrub.
Rest in power, King.
He's very much not dead. Gertrude.
Oh.
Gertrude's not around.
I thought the storms got him or something.
Maybe he's Wizard of Ozzing it now. Did I say Withered? I feel like I said Withered of Odd. I don't know what's
Wizard of
happening.
Odding.
My tongue is broken. I use it too much.
You want to take this ending again? You want to try again?
Oh no, I'll
start
for the ending separately. It's fine.
Okay.
But hey, Eric, where can people find you on the internets?
You can find my podcast, The Queer Experience, at The Queer XP on all social media platforms.
And Mr. Ray, where can they find you?
You can find Mr. Ray at Mr_Ray_RPG on Twitter. And you can also find his podcast, $2 Creature Feature, are on all podcast streaming services.
They have a very active Discord too, and it's a lot of fun to be there. So check that one out. And Conan, you're always welcome back on this podcast. I love having you here. Your incredible support.
I appreciate that. This has been fantastic, and thank you for having me on. It very much felt like a good return for Pod of Blunders. Very much on brand and a lot of fun. Well, thanks for having me on, and it was great playing with everyone. And yeah, I look forward to the next episode, and I look forward to the next play.
And that's all for this week's episode. Boy, it's weird to be back without Richard, but hey, you know what? It felt like our usual brand of bullshit, so what more can I say? Thanks again to Eric, Mr. Ray, and Conan for coming on the show, and for just being overall good dudes and supporting us for this past year. You know, all of our patrons are amazing people. They've really helped us keep this going. They've helped us keep the sharks going as well, which again, you can find over on patreon.com/Pod of Blunders. And please follow the other links in the show notes to help out the Queer XP, an incredible podcast that's hosted by Eric. $2 Creature Feature, hosted by Mr. Ray, which, if you like Monster of the Week, you cannot find a better podcast than that. It's incredible. It's this serialized mystery show. It's really, really well done. And how could you expect anything less from Mr. Ray? Lastly, if you want to go play some Spice World 1997 all on your own, you can go to Nick Kornick. He's the designer. His itch.io page, link in the show notes. He's got a lot of other cool games too, so check them all out. Give him some support, give him some love, and let him know that we did this, and maybe he'll love it. I love it. And most importantly, listener, I love you. For the Pod of Blunders, I've been Nate Magnuski, and as always, may all your D's be 12s.
I shamefully do not know the name of all of these girls.
Scary, sporty baby.
Sporty.
I only listen to boy
Posh.
bands.
Scary. Ginger or sexy, depending on what side of the pond you're on. Because in England, she's sexy, but America, she's ginger because she's not that sexy. And then this is Baby. Emma,
Okay.
Jerry, Mel, Victoria, and the other Mel.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one married the tennis player?
The
Posh married the soccer player.
And it was this one right here.
David Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get with it.
Wait,
It's like,
but
good for you, girl. Good for you.
Right?
but the tennis movie is called Bend It Like Beckham, right?
That's a
Yes.
soccer movie
It's a
about
soccer
an
movie.
Indian
Is that
girl.
a soccer? Okay. Well,
Why is that racket so big and why do they keep kicking balls into it? This is bullshit.
You know, it's so good that this is not being recorded because otherwise I would
That
be
was-
really ashamed.